Greetings, everyone. Continuing our series on CSM Returns in Creeper World 4, tutorial speedrun, really breaking down how the CSM works on the inaugural true CSM map, in my opinion, for this game. So, if we take a look at our torps here, I've got this on traditional view for looking at their maneuvering, and you can just see all the various heights of the creeper here. They will tend to run into the creeper some as they're trying to insert themselves in very narrow cavities around the map, and you will tend to lose some of them to get being blown up sometimes. So that's one of the reasons why I'm really just pushing into building as many of them as possible so that we have spare ones to move as they're needed and we can get all of our terraforming activities done quickly when we're ready for that. So, end of the last episode, we flipped this emitter, and we're working out in this direction, and this push is not really gaining us much fruits yet, but it will be soon. The next objective is to head into all of this area, which I like to call the labyrinth. And that's because if we look well ahead to the endgame, we've got the green network here. That's going to be the next one that we're going to be taking after the yellow first and then white. We've got most of the yellow now, of course. But getting to these openings is really the beginning of the end game. And to get there, there's just a significant amount of creeper in here. The sooner you can viably, effectively start that attack, the better. And I think that now is that time. It looks kind of scary because we're going to go up here first, and this is an 80 strength emitter. And our emitters aren't that strong yet. Our emitters are only at 50. But we're going to be getting some more power towers soon. And more to the point, we also have flow coming in from this area and from this area over here and from this one up here. So it's the volume of flow going against only one emitter, if we push up in this direction, should cause us to be victorious. So that's the aim there. We're going to move all of you out of the way. We do need to do some more terraforming here. We need to open this up so we can get to that power tower. And then I want to flatten this out. And then also, we are going to erect a barrier here so we don't get a bunch of flow going into this area. This emitter can handle that and gradually build up in this zone. Okay, so all of that looking pretty good. The next thing I want to do is boost my interior barriers, because all of the places I'm trying to block off the AC from going where it's not useful. As we increase our emitter strength, I need to increase these barriers or they're going to be overflown some, and it's going to defeat the purpose to an extent of having those in place. And then I want to add a couple of pylons. We're not doing great on energy, so that's all I'm going to do, but I'm just going to move those out this direction, and we can do a bit of preemptive lowering out here. And so we're looking into getting this power tower. Alright, that's going to boost us up to 60 strength everywhere. Starting to make a bit of progress there. And I think we're ready to attack in this direction some as well. Now my goal is to get to this power tower over here. And I'm lowering this down now, and it's sort of a release valve for this, because what can happen is the creeper can flow out this way instead of all of it flowing this way. That'll get us to this emitter quicker, and it actually will save us about 10 seconds in conquering this area. So it's more effective than you might perhaps initially imagine. And all of this is going well, but of course the anti-creeper rather here is still pretty low. They're pushing us back this way, but we're winning in this direction. And we have 3 different avenues of attack going on now, and that's going to go up eventually. So there's definitely a lot to be done. Okay, we're gradually increasing there. And there's just not a whole lot going on at the moment. All right, now that's all filling up these. There we go. Now we've flipped this, and we're going to be getting this one soon. Now it's really touchy here when you actually want to open the next part. I will lower it down some now to about... we can lower it down to 2, but that's... I don't want to lower it down all the way. And the reason I don't is because, see, we're pretty low here on our AC. And this is very high. So let's just let that run. Okay, we now have some energy to use. So we can place some into these areas. You can move out this way. We're starting to push in that direction, which is nice. We can, let's just distribute a bunch more of these torps out to various areas of the map. So you can come up this way, and then maybe perhaps you will fly up, and we'll try there. And I don't want to build a bunch of these because we're going to eventually get some miners going here. But I want to be careful with all of that. Okay. All right, now this is up at a level where I think I want to keep going down all the way. So it's really touchy on when you do this. But I think we're going to be safe enough so we can protect this and that won't get overrun. And we actually got to wait for this to wear down a bit first. So it's just if you're too fast there, it really can cause you problems. I don't want to gain a power tower and then lose it. All right, move that in place. And our next attack in this area eventually will be here. So I might as well utilize the ability to knock that out. And we'll send you out here and just gradually continue dispersing. And this actually has some overflow on top of the wall, as you can see. So we've just got to wait for that to be handled. But while it's doing that, we are going to begin knocking this down a little bit more. We'll drop that to 4 is probably a safe level. So we're just kind of doing a lot of back and forth here. Ah, another miner. Let's get that going. Tower giving us the connection. Okay. Now we've created a pathway over here. Excellent. And that should probably be enough for another miner. And another one. So we're definitely using up all of our energy at the moment. Let's go ahead and slide you out this way. And perhaps one more. Just keep everything rolling. And I actually want to move some of you as well. Create lots of more space here to build more of these. In time, I want you to work your way over here if you can. We may lose you in the process, but if we do, we will simply suffer that. All right. So gradually working down. Another miner here. And this should be the next one we flip, but we are successfully attacking now in all 3 directions, which is outstanding. Energy pretty steady at the moment, so. And there we go. That one flips. Now, I want to cut this off. We're effectively going to divide this attack in 2, giving us 4 different simultaneous attack vectors. Because you're going to handle pushing through all of this, consolidate, and then move on. And meanwhile, this flow will head north along this long path up this way. This is about to be flipped. This one is. Just got that at the same time. So now we are going to move out this direction. And we can't push into any of this or here. These are too strong for us yet at the moment. You can see the strength here is 120. So I want to get into here and begin draining out of the white network. So it's now begin the time to attack our second network, having mostly secured the yellow. Okay. And there comes another power tower. So we should put us up to about 80, I believe, now, in terms of our total strength. Here is another example of a situation where I want to switch out a top-down view briefly, because I want to see if we've equalized here with the AC. Do we have enough to benefit or at least be equal with what's coming out of the yellow network, or is this still going to cause a drain off that's going to hurt our attack? And just mousing over, seeing numbers, not a really good way to tell that. So if we dive right in, we can see that, okay, this is still a little bit lower than this. It's a little bit too early. It's close. But we want to wait a little longer before making that jump. So I'm going to put some more pylons up here. I want to keep making connections as quickly as I can wherever. And I also want to do some terraforming setup ahead of time, so don't forget about it later. I want to keep doing my work early. Not so much up this way, but I want to grab these. And I have it set at 5 because these could potentially be very powerful areas indeed. They tend to build up a lot of creeper in those more powerful networks. So let's see here and here. And then I want some other areas as well. Let's drop some of these down to 2 and just be prepared for the breaches when they eventually come. And then we should throw up some more torps as well. Okay, you know what? I'll pop in one there also. And up here is where I'm going to be focusing on. The white network is going to take us some time to equalize. But I want to watch this and then also this down here, but that will take a bit longer. Let's see. Perhaps a tower up this way, although I should also pylon down here. And just keep, some general flow going this direction. Get some more torps in position. Alright, we're almost here for our next power tower. We should get us up to 9, I believe. 90 strength. So 8 power towers, actually, because up to 90 strength. Come on, there we go. We're going to block this off and open up our next avenue of attack. And I think we should be set to open this as well. So that's our next bit of improvement. Of course, we don't want to push out this way because this is quite strong. You can see 100 creeper gathering there. We would get pushed back past our power tower here if we open that too soon, and that would be bad. So let's see. Should be about here. Got it. And once again, we're going to block off now that we don't need any additional flow from that area. Keep everything coming from these emitters in this area and be ready to push out when we are able. Okay. So happy with how all of that is going. And I think we just need to advance. Yellow network says, yeah, 53. I want to push up here more before I try to, or white network, but before I try to push into the white any harder. And so I'm basically waiting for this because we are up at 90 now strength. I want to get about 40 so that we are a good amount built up here, but we're not restricting the AC generation. So 35-40 range is what I'm looking for here. And you can see that, okay, this is starting to progress a bit, but not much. And there are times when you just wait for things to happen, and there's times when you can attack more. I think now that's good enough. And you can come out this way. I want to cut this off here. And it'll take some while, but this can just be our fourth wheel, attacking through here, flipping all those emitters. And, okay, yep, still stalemated there. You are at 38, so still quite a bit to go. We're not really making any huge progress anywhere else at the moment, except for the gradual push up this way. That's not going too bad. Alright, let's bring some more in here. You're not actually connected. Why don't I just throw up a tower down here? That will make things a bit easier. Okay, yeah, okay, now you're starting to push. You're kind of holding. And, okay, the white's going down quite a bit now. Okay. I mean, it's 20 on that side, 42 over here, so, like, they're sucking up a lot out of that end, and it's every time it equalizes, it gets hammered again. Okay, so I think this is what I'm looking for next. And this one is going to be coming soon as well. So these two emitters are where we're focused. Okay, looks like maybe this one's going to be the first one that we see. Not yet. There it goes. Okay. So now, and I'm not sure on the exact right moment to do this, but we've captured this emitter and this emitter, so we have some good protection for the yellow network. I think I can open this. And the thing is, I'm not just getting in here, but I'm also putting it down here and blocking off the white, powerful 70 strength emitter there, relatively powerful by white network standards, so we can push into here a little bit more quickly. So it's a balance, but I think this is the moment that I want to do it. And now let's watch this one. Not yet. There we go. So with this, again, same idea. You're protecting here, so now we are able to, without a huge loss of momentum, break through this. And once again, we want to block it off. So now we'll open a second front against the white network. Oh, and I almost forgot. Would have been bad if I did. There's so many things happening in this part of the game. The map just requires a lot of activity from us to really keep all of our balls in the air. Let's just move a couple more torps out that direction. But of course, the point of this is I don't want to spread a bunch of AC in here because there's nothing to grab there. That's why I did that. Okay, and you're going to push down in this direction. Alright, we're about to get another one here, another power tower. Bingo. And now I want to open this up. The idea being relieve pressure so that we can later swoop in from below. And another area I need to be watching is this up here for that to flip for us. So lots going on. We do have some energy, but we also have some things that we can build. And perhaps we should have another tower over here. This, okay, we're starting to make a little bit of momentum there, not a lot. And maybe I should have a couple of you just flying out this way. That could not hurt at all. Okay, I just have that nagging feeling in the back of my head that I'm missing something. Perhaps I wasn't keeping a close enough eye on this. Let's see. Okay, you're flowing out there. How are we doing here? Okay, this is still pretty high. So let's watch this. All right, now that we have yellow here, I want to watch, because okay, the yellow network is still pretty even. So I don't want to take any more action yet. let's keep watching this, and somehow we've got... This happens occasionally when terraforming. I like finally get random numbers all over the map that I didn't want. Okay, now we're starting to decline. Almost there, probably not quite yet. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about that. They've started to drain off. Now, they're pushing us back over here, but they've drained off enough that we should be able to poke an opening that way. This is coming this direction. Okay, yellow network, I think, is rising. Yep. Okay, I want to open up now this. Because at this point, the yellow network is just going to stack up and up and up, and that doesn't do me any good. So let's spread it out a little bit more and allow more attacks to happen. These two areas are really our main push, and we need to conquer this before we take our next step, starting to gain some advantage down this way. Let's watch this. Yeah, that's going to gradually, it's going to start spiking up here once we start getting some flow. There we go. More energy. So let's keep producing. And this is really getting down there now that we have this block in place. So all of that is excellent. This is coming out. I'm liking all of that. Okay, yeah, you're up high enough. We are now going to open the door a step further here and try to push down through here and clear all of this. Since we have, again, we're utilizing the yellow network, which is staying above half. So we don't have to worry too much about that. I do want to crash in through here. But before I do that, I want to get another foothold in the white network by grabbing that. So it's just sort of a one step at a time kind of deal at the moment. And yeah, you're getting hit. Okay. You can simply withdraw. I don't have a problem with that. So let's watch this closely. All right. Punching through there. And how are we doing over here? Okay, still progressing. Not in any particularly big hurry. And I want to block that off so that we don't keep feeding this. Just let this emitter do the work by itself. This is looking good down here, though. I like this. We're really starting to make some noise. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to be utilizing more of our energy at this stage. Got plenty of places to do it, too. Let's yank you out of here. This is a height 20 block. And we're not going to want to leave that there. We'll drop it down to 4. And I think maybe we're starting to fight back there. Let's watch this. All right. Now we're still pushing up in this direction, but we've got control of this. We're flowing from over that way. I think that's enough to open this and seize another power tower. There, of course, is going to be creeper resistance, but we are pushing along this way as well, so it should not be too particularly severe. Let's throw down a pylon around here. And some more torps in that area. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Opening up. You're continuing to push that way. Everything looking good. Yep, we've crossed that one over. Yep, this is working. Excellent. Okay, another power tower. And at this point, we can really start advancing, like moving this way, and let's see, will that be? Yeah, that's enough to connect. So we can connect all the way along here, eventually. but really making some nice connections up in that direction. But still here. The resistance just, it's taken some time for us to push through this and get enough flow up this direction. We've now reached what I would call peak multitasking for this map. There's a whole lot of items we need to pay attention to now, but then before much longer, it's going to even out for us, it's going to simplify, and things are going to get a bit easier. But it's really easy in these particular types of areas where there's so much going on at once to make mistakes. Down here you see our creeper graph. It's starting to level out. There isn't increasing by much more. And then we are starting to see a small but significant increase. So the snowball sort of just beginning there. I want to create room for our yellow network to expand more. So now we have sufficient force that it's useful to flow into some of these areas. We can knock this down. We can knock this one down over there. And then I also want to just relocate a bunch of our torps from some of these areas and get them up over this way. Let's see, let's move you and you and you. And just sort of be more aggressive up in this section. Let's get this ready to move down. And we're watching this one next. Another second. There it is. Coming our way. And now that we have another area secured from our white network, I want to move you. And you're going to come up, you know, you're going to come over this way. And basically, we're going to want to get the green network eventually, so I want to block off this. That's my next looking ahead move that we're doing there. Of course, this continues down here. But that will give us our next item to really be concerned with. Okay. And this is almost done. All right. Now let's knock this one down lower. Just gradually moving on, bit by bit. And I think this one up here is going to be the next one to fall. Although, you know, we have to watch everything. Let's pile on out some more, I think. And I can also break this down. Okay. But yeah, you're going to come next. There we are. I'm going to block off that section. Each power tower boosting our situation up over 100k anti-creeper now. And okay, we flipped this one, but I need to wait for that one. And when this pops, I mean, the stronger ones will create a much bigger lake, but that one got almost immediately overwhelmed because it's one of the early weaker ones. And we can throw down an urn portal here now. We could put up a factory as well. Like the read-on is really useful for micro rifts, but I actually don't think those are particularly helpful. Even the urn portal, only marginal helpful, I think, on this map. So I'm actually not going to go that direction. There we have another one popping. And this switches. Now here's an interesting decision. If I were to try to push up this direction, it would be slow. If I try to come in here right away, we'll actually get this swamped because of the volume of creepers. So what I want to do next, actually, is just drain out some of this. And we'll throw up another pylon here. But I'm going to move some of these out here, but I pretty much just want to lower this down, and then we can come up from this direction, similar to how we handled this push initially. You know, have one side drain it first. And then this down here is about to flip our way. There we go. So now we're going to knock this down. Of course, this was the ultimate goal of this entire southern push for the most part, is to get to this power tower. It'll push at us some initially, but we'll eventually knock it down. And I could wait longer, but I'm just going to pull a few of these urns out and get them in that urn portal so I don't actually forget to do it. Most of these are going to be inactive torps anyway, for the time being. So I think there's 4 that are possibly useful. Build and move speed, fire range and fire rate for the torps. Energy collection and mine production, I don't care about any of those. As I mentioned, I'm not even going to build the factory. So this over here then is our next question. Do we want to push up in here? And we have to wait for a certain amount of this to build up, because this is going to be pretty heavy resistance. So I'm just going to let this finish what it's working on. But, you know, we're going to have our slow progress here and here. So there isn't a whole lot going on really elsewhere except for this. And bingo. So now this is secure. We're going to open up the good loo area, this wide area of not super deep, but, you know, total volume is significant. Creeper that way. And you're going to move over here. All right, popping another one. And you're almost finished here. Let's watch you. Okay. Now we'll open this. You can see this is not looking particularly great. This is pushing back on us also. So we're definitely getting some resistance going. Let's see how this transpires. But I think here, if we watch this, I just want to make sure it goes down. Okay, I'm going to call it there and hope that that's enough. That it's flooded out enough that we can open the second front. This is going all right. And this is, you know, gradually making its way. We're opening that up, and then we'll open this next up so that our yellow network can continue to flow out. Okay. We're stabilizing this. This looks like it's... Okay, yep, we're starting to push back there now. All of that is excellent. We're also starting to get some more energy. Probably wouldn't hurt to actually just throw another pylon in here. Let's get some more of those in place. And you can see here, this is not an easy situation for us. It's definitely causing us some trouble. We're beginning to expand there. And this is now about to come our way, which is excellent. There it is. So now I'm going to block this down and this. I don't want to open up this part because I still want the white network to be able to get its pressure. But we can move through all of here. There's not really anything else for this to do. This is probably high enough where there's no point in keeping that blocked off. So let's resume that flow. And, okay, gradually pushing into this segment as well. Okay, we are making progress up here now. So everywhere it seems that we are continuing to be successful. And there goes another one. Let's watch this at this point. There we go. Getting one of these is a big deal. Let's go ahead and... I think I want a pylon. Well, no, I'll wait. Bit longer. There it is. Okay, now we are going to open this and open the bottom part here. And this is a key part. Very much concentrated resistance in that area, and it's now gone. So how high is this one? Yep, that's 10. We'll lower that to 5 and 4 over here and begin that process. I think we're close enough now that I don't mind trying to lower that one down as well. Did I put that on? Yeah, I had that on 6, not 5. Let's fix that. Okay, these both progressing. And we're taking our next steps here. This is going to, again, take some time to just gradually push through it. But I like where we are. Of course, we have our urns in the portal, and they're gaining whatever they're able to gain. Let's start expanding. And I don't think I'm going to really build a lot more at this point. I think I'm now really into moving the torps around more. I'd like to put one in there, but let's just wait a bit and get that cleared out a little better. Up here is really where I should be putting more pylons, though. Just to, again, prepare the way, as it were. I'd rather overbuild them than not build enough. Okay. This is another area of prep. Because these are 20 high. So let's go ahead and do some moving out in these directions. Just gradually get a bit of work done in those. This is 10 high. That can go down to 5. As far as that goes, I'll want to move these down to 5 eventually as well. Okay. So this over here is going to blow soon. This is going to finish up. This right here I'm waiting for. And there it flips. Okay. So now with both of these in place, the rest of this will flow out. But I want to do a couple more attack moves in the white area. So I now want to begin pushing this path. And also, I want to push into these areas. And this resistance here is still considerable. Almost 200 strength built up, and the strength of these is 120. But we're at 160. And actually a little bit higher. So as we continue to grab the power towers. So this should not be something that we can't handle. Boom. There goes that one. And this is pretty high here. So all of that is going to be looking good. Hopefully the pressure here will do well for us. And all of this down here is like pretty much not needed over here. Let's go ahead. I don't think I need more energy either, so I'm not going to bother with that. Let's just connect up. Move these closer to somewhere where they might eventually actually serve a useful purpose. Maybe more out this way. And then some more of you can run up this way. So sort of just a torps to the front kind of initiative. This may not be necessary. I'm going to do it anyway. Build here. Build over here. Add more torps. We'll want some over here eventually to get all of this work done. So this one is flipped, and we're gradually moving in here. The next bit of progress coming our way. And this is really not doing much yet. But it will eventually. And lost another blue creeper emitter that we are happy to get rid of. pylon there. And now that we're getting into this area, let's take the time and just... I'm not going to want all of these in there just yet. But we'll see how that goes. Because they will take some time to move there. Okay, this is flipped. So I want to continue the westward push again. So I'm going to go this direction first as opposed to these other areas, which can wait. And okay, we're starting to get some push that direction. This one coming our way. Yeah, and the two of you should probably just hold on a minute. Maybe we'll pile on there. And these have come our direction now. So I'm ready to open this path, which is... this is going to take a while. These are all 150 strength flip emitters. We'll block that off, although we're going to want that to be higher. But it's just a long path to pound, but now we're in position to do it. We've flipped these. We've got another power tower coming our way. Waiting for this one to come to us. And there it is. Okay. So with that in position, we'll take the next move down the line. We're going to crack our way into there. I'm going to crack into this first rather than going this way because I want the power tower. And we're really at the point now where we want to start hitting the endgame. If we look at our total creeper, it is starting to slowly decline. We're up to almost 500,000, a significant fraction of what they have. This is all secure. They've started working this down. This is almost complete. This is pushed up here as far as it can. Of course, we can't go any further because of the stronger networks in there. But we have really simplified. I mean, this push west, and then we get into the end game, really, aside from waiting for this long process to begin working itself out. So next episode, we will be looking at, hopefully, the conclusion of CSM Returns. I hope this has been interesting for everybody. Let me know what you think, as always, and anything you might do differently from the way I've approached it. And thanks for watching. See you soon with the conclusion.